Next, as Women's History Month comes to a close, celebrity historian Raffi Andonian gives us a lesson on their impact to America. Women's History Month this year is particularly special during our country's 250th anniversary. Here to share how American women helped win American independence is celebrity historian Raffi Andonian.
Here I am, patriotically.
Loving that bow tie, my guy. You're always fashionable every time.
Well, thank you.
You know, it's in the name.
That's right.
As the name suggests, celebrity historian.
That's right.
So let's get into our women here. We're wrapping up Women's History Month. So how did women support the American Revolution?
Well, I brought these items here. And in the American Revolution, one of the things that's known is the English taxing stuff, right? And some of these duties in 1767 that were imposed were on items like glass, like tea, like paint and dyes, like paper, a lot of household kind of items that affected women disproportionately. So when the rebels, the patriots, the Americans, the Continentals, when they decided that they want to put pressure on the English, they had to come up with non-importation agreements and non-consumption agreements. Non-importation to hurt trade with the English, to hurt the English merchants, which they had to go get broad support from American merchants, because if a few guys are smuggling stuff in, that's going to, undermine the boycott, right?
Gotcha.
But you need non-consumption at home of these very goods by women to buy in, and now you're going to have to make stuff at home. If you hurt trade, you got to do manufacturing at home. So women start to get together in what's known as Daughters of Liberty groups to learn how to make fabric as opposed to bringing it in from England, so they can make their own clothes, and wearing your own clothes more casually became a badge of honor and a badge of patriotism by these women to participate in the early revolutionary protests. Now, when the war came, they continued in those organizations, creating something like a ladies' association to support the soldiers, Continental soldiers, by raising money to send to them. So women participated heavily in the revolution to make the successes of both the boycotts and later the military.
Okay, I'm sure their contributions changed their social roles over time.
It did. Now, think about it. Now they're participating in the political arena. They may not be holding office, but they're having a female acceptable at the time way of participating in the political arena. By the way, successfully. That boycott that I mentioned cut 40% of the English imports, so really put the pressure on. So now women have stepped into these new roles in these new spaces. When the new republic is now born after American Revolution, there's new opportunity. A couple of things that happen is the rise of opportunities in education. In fact, female academies in the 1790s, you'd be maybe 14 to 17 years old when you go to an academy. In the 1790s, maybe about a dozen are established. Shortly after the republic is established, just a generation later, 200. In fact, their enrollment at women's academies equaled that of men in college by the 1820s, believe it or not. That's how successful education opportunities were for women. And why is that? Because in the new republic, now that you have this, because the revolutionary ideals that into participation, because you're smart, absolutely, tapping into the pool, right, of talent. And the reason that matters is because to create citizens who are educated, citizens who are informed, citizens, what the word they would use is virtuous. For a republic to survive, you need the women who are educating these citizens, especially at home, to be educated and enlightened themselves, because that's how you're going to raise educated citizens. A couple of great examples of that. Judith Murray writes some essays about the equality of the sexes, believe it or not. John Adams and George Washington actually bought some of those essays, so we know she was communicating with them. Another person was Anais Stockton. She actually voted in New Jersey in the 1790s. Believe it or not, some women could vote in New Jersey in the 1790s, and she was able to also correspond with George Washington. And it wasn't only white women, it was black women as well. A couple of great examples are Phyllis Wheatley, who was a poet. She was born in Africa, enslaved in Massachusetts, wrote poetry. George Washington recognized her as a great poetic genius. Did you realize that? And she earned her freedom out of that. And one last woman to mention in this, also African-American, was Elizabeth Freeman, who was born a slave in Massachusetts, escapes her master's home, petitions to the legislator, has her state legislator join her in writing a writ to support her lawsuit in Massachusetts to gain her freedom. Believe it or not, the state legislator didn't side with the master, but sided with her, supported her in the lawsuit. Massachusetts courts actually voted in her favor, or ruled in her favor. First enslaved petition to be successful as a result of that.
First name?
That's right, Elizabeth.
Elizabeth Freeman. I got to look into her.
And as a result of that, Massachusetts eventually abolished slavery.
Wow.
That's the precedent that she said. That's all women's efforts that are taking place, whether we're talking about slavery, revolutionary victory, creating citizens, and George Washington and other early people recognized that genius and what was taking place.
And that's how you wrap up Women's History Month, Raffi. That's how you do it. Women represent. Make sure that you guys reach out to Raffi. He's always giving tours. He is what he says he is, a celebrity historian. This guy knows everything. Give him a like and follow on social media. Also on YouTube, he's always posted on there little tidbits of information. Thanks so much for joining the show today.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure.
Great Women's History Month.
Yes. Keep it here, Studio STL. We'll be right back.